Okay, sir. So today is our fourth day, our FDP program. Yesterday we discussed about data frames. This is all about the data, how we interact with data in R. We have studied about vectors, matrices, lists, arrays, and most valuable feature for research, the data frames. So that was all about yesterday. Today we will start with a new topic, and that is how to import data into R from different file formats and software. So we will start with this topic. Here we see importing data in R. You may have created data into Excel, maybe in SPSS. It might be in CSV file, or it might be in text file. For research purposes, if you have collected data in various file formats, and if you want to import that data into R, then how we proceed? Today's session is all about dealing with different data files and importing different type of data into R. So first, we can see here, we can import data from various file formats to R. And what these files that can be imported? For example, .txt or text file. .csv, of you have heard about comma separated values. Excel workbook, that is XLS, and SPSS file, that is SAV file. We will discuss later on in this tutorial. So first thing is importing a comma separated value, that is a .csv file, into R. That is, we are importing a data of .csv, that means comma separated data file, into R. Now, how to proceed? First, you have to create this file into your computer, right? So, what do we have to file into a system. So, what I can do, copy, and if you want, you can do the similar things. If you have any kind of file in comma set format or .csv format, you can go with this tutorial. So let me start Excel and show you. Here I am showing you a blank workbook from Excel. You are familiar with the interface of Excel, so there will not be so much problem. These are the cells where I am going to paste the data that I have already created in my slide. Now you can see these are the rows and columns in Excel file that I am creating. And I will fill them with normal format so that you can see it properly. I think it is visible to all that I am creating a file in Excel. Let me increase the font size so that you will be able to see it. So I have pasted some values, or you can create a separate file, whatever you want. Here may be the name, here may be the marks, here may be the grade, whatsoever. You can create a file to understand how we import data into R from a CSV file, right? So first we will save this file here. Save as, you browse. You can see that I am saving this file to the documents, right? We have to remember the location of the file so that we can import it from that place. So it is into my documents. Okay. So book1.xls is the file name, but now I want to create CSV file. So I am taking here as a CSV comma separated value file dot CSV. You can find here comma delimited value dot CSV. So the file will be book1 dot CSV, and I am saving it to my documents. And for the simplicity, what we can do, I can save it to my local disk D, so that I will remember that on the my D drive I have saved my data. So I am saving it to my D drive. You can see. So here you can see that I have saved a book1.csv data into excel.csv format file, right? Now, how to import data, I'll show you in the presentation. You can note it from there. Here you can see this is the data file that I have used, and I have pasted into the Excel, and I have created a .csv file, that is comma separated value file. And now read this. We can use read.csv function. We can use read.csv function to import the data from CSV file. You can note it down. So how we can use this? Read.csv, then file.choose header equal to true or false. File choose will give you a box, file selection box, from where you can select the file. Header means if your data contains first row as header, for example, name, roll number, class, section, or person name, the medical data, medical history, all these are the headers. So if you have created first row as header, you have to put it true, otherwise you have to put it false. In my file, I haven't created header, so I will use this command data1 read CSV file choose header F. That means header will be false. Now for this we have to go to the R console. So let's do that. Here I have already opened R console and I'm sharing here. So you can see that here it is the R console. Now what I want to do, I want to import some data into R. That data that I have created book1.csv on D drive. So here you can see this is the command I have pasted here. I can also write, but here you can see data1 read.csv file.choose header equal to false. Now I will delete this to type it again to show you that our R window, that is R console of R studio, since it is IDE, it will help you while typing. It will suggest you the help that you have to type read.csv, then put a bracket, then name of the file. So what I should write here in inverted comma d column slash slash and then book one dot csv, then comma header equals f, that means false. If the command is correct, then it will import the data into data1 file. Now you can see there is no error since I have given the correct path, that is I have saved my file into the data d colon slash book1.csv. Remember to put double backslash for the directory. So when I will place data1 as a command, you can see there are v1, v2, v3. There are three values and 10 rows I have created in the data file. So this is the data frame. Yesterday we discussed that this is the data frame we are using in our R with the help of this read.csv function. So you can see how we import data into R from an Excel file. .csv file. It was .csv means comma separated value. If you know that file is a CSV file, then you have to use read.csv function. Then after that, in inverted comma, path of that file and name of that file, then header equal to true or false, depending on your whether your first row is header row or it is just data. If just data, then put only capital F. If header is there, then here v1, v2, v3 you are looking at will be changed to name, person name, percentage or grade and whatsoever. The headers will be replaced. Here data has been given with v1, v2, v3 that was automatically generated by R. So I have created data1 inside our R by importing a CSV file. Is that clear to everyone? Any queries?
No, sir.
Okay. So we
No,
proceed
sir.
further. Okay, thank you for informing. Now I will show you again the next step with the presentation. So you can note it down that read.csv function is used to import comma separated value into Excel. It will create a data frame. Now I also stored output in case of any emergency so that I will be able to share you here. After that, importing Excel data in R. Now suppose today's format is .xls format. Everybody know .xlx. Excel files are of .xlx format. right? So how to import .xlsx file? That means Excel direct data file. If you have created data in your XLS format from various sources, you have collected data into Excel file or Google Sheet, Excel sheet, then how you can import that data into data frame of R? Let's proceed to that. Here you have to use read Excel function from read Excel library. Remember, I have discussed in the first day, there are packages and libraries in R to perform specific tasks. Here, read Excel library will be used. So, read Excel function is already available in read Excel library. I'll show you how we will use them. What you have to do is here first, how to use this function. Read underscore Excel is the function with provided the file name. If you want that there are so many sheets, you can write here sheet also, that sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Generally, we skip this because already our data is in first sheet. And here you can specify whether data is float 32 variable. So it is none of our use. We will just use this format that we will import with this command. Read Excel data1.xls. Here, data1.xls is the name of the file. Clear? So, file name, sheet, and data type can be supplied to this read underscore Excel function. Now, let's create one Excel file, Excel data file. How we can create a Excel data file? We'll take same data. This time, I will give some header to them also, right? So I am taking again this data and I am selecting this and I will copy. I will change some values so that I will take into some Excel sheet. Here I have copied this data. Now I am opening Excel. This is the blank sheet of the Excel again, but I will change some values over here. First, I will increase the font size. Now I will paste the data from second column. I will give the column names here. Say call 1, column 2, and column 3, like this. Here you can see that I have created an Excel file with 3 columns, column 1, column 2, column 3. This may be name, age, grade, and so on. I'm just taking some random names. Now I'll save this file as a normal Excel file. Okay, so I'll put this file into D again, and here the name will be book2.xlsx, the normal Excel file which is saved. I clicked save and file has been saved with book2.xlsx. Now on the R console, we want to import this file. So how we can proceed? Let me show you. Again, we are at our R console window. You can see. Now I am taking data2. There's a variable name. You can use equal to, or you can use the old fashioned this leftward in an assignment operator. And before that, I have to tell you that we have to use library function, read. Now you can see there is no library inside read Excel library inside our computer system, because I have also updated R. So you have to install the library also. To install that library, what you have to do? I'll show you with this example. To install any library into R, on the first day, I have told you a function install dot packages. You can see that as soon as you type install, it will give you two commands. You just press enter to select install dot packages. Then in inverted comma, read Excel. You remember that in our computer system, we must use read Excel library to import Excel data. So since it is not available in our R, so what we do, we will install this package. With install packages, read Excel. Here you can see as soon as you type install read dot install dot packages in inverted comma, put read Excel. You can see due to a fast connectivity of the CRAN side, it will automatically install all the required packages and library. So it is finished, and you can see on our console that it has installed read.excel package. Now you can use library, and in that here you can see that there are so many available packages. What we want to use read.excel. Either you type or select it from the list, the same function will it do. Read Excel. Now the console has loaded all the required packages and functions from the library read Excel. Now you can give the command to R that read underscore. Here is the first one function we want to use, read.excel from D. And what is the name of that file? If you remember, book2 dot xlsx. Here you can see without any error, R has imported all the data from book2.xls file. Now I will print data 2 for you, and on screen you can find this structure. This is the data frame. It is showing that 3 columns and 10 rows, call 1, call 2, and call 3. That means column 1, column 2, and column 3. These are the headers which was not given in the previous example, so that you can understand the difference. This time I have given column 1, that is call 1, call 2 and call 3, the three columns, and you can see it has imported each and everything inside our data too. So this is how we import Excel data into our ah, let's go further. Other data types, other files that we can import into Excel. So this was the output I have already saved. Now importing a text file .txt file in R. Suppose your data is in txt file. Yes, please.
Sir, what about the images?
Uh, Directly we can't import the images because R is a statistical programming language. So we can only import data directly into from Excel file.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
most well. So if you have data in .txt file, then what we can do? We can use this command, read delim file dot choose or name of file directly. You can put it over here. In the first example I have given header true or false. Again, if your row contains header values, you have to print header equal to true, or you have to put header equal to f if there are no header or column names. Right. Now here I have written the code. In data 3, I am taking read delim file choose header equal to false and then display the data. The same process can be done while when you make the file in text.txt format, and the output will be like this. I am not repeating the same thing because you can open the notepad, you can type the data with tab values, and you can save that file into txt format, and after that you can import that using this command read delim like this. You can note it down. Since it is basically the same, so I am not repeating it on R console. The main thing, many of you have done SPSS. SPSS package you have done. If you have done that software, you know that the form in of .sav file, it saves data in the form of .sav file. Suppose you are having .sav file on your computer, or you are using a data from SPSS, then how that SPSS data can be imported to R? Suppose you have taken some data from SPSS file and you want to import it into our R. So how this is possible? For this, you have to use Haven, not heaven, it is Haven, Haven. Remember the spelling. Install dot packages Haven and use this function read underscore sav and name of the file. Suppose I have taken here airline underscore passengers dot sav. That was a file I was having. Now I want to import all the data from this SPSS file into my R console. So how to proceed? First thing, you have learned how we can install the packages. Let's go to install that package. Come to R console. Now type the command install packages HAVEN. Haven. Now you can see here a red button here showing that it is in the process. It is downloading all the necessary packages and libraries from the net, and it will install to your computer. So it has finished installing all the packages. I don't have any SAV file right now. So I will only show you how we import data. You can write, suppose you want to import into data 3 equal to read again underscore SAV. Here you can see as soon as I write, it will show me all the available commands. Okay. Since now, can anybody tell me what is wrong? It is not showing me read.sav file. Very simple. You have installed any package, then you must
Add
load
a
it.
library, sir. You must add a library.
Yes, library, and then which one? What was the
Heaven.
name?
Heaven,
Haven.
H-E-V-N.
HAVEN. Haven. Okay. Very nice. Very interactive session. So library Haven we have taken. I am putting data 3 equals read dot. Was it dot? You know, it will show me that you are putting dot, but it is not dot. You have to use dot SAV. So why this is possible? Because we are using R Studio, an integrated software development environment, which helps us in completing the commands, giving the help while we type the commands. Then read.sav and put the data file here. Suppose on D passenger dot sav. I am not writing because I am not having any sav or SPSS file. I am just telling you that we can use this command, and when we press enter, after this, it will load all the data from SPSS file dot .sav file to our R console in data 3 frame. So this is how we import data into Excel via commands. There is one another interesting way by which we can import data, and that is from either from environment. Here you can see in environment there is import command here, or from file you can also use import data set. Same thing will happen. It will do the same thing. Now what kind of data you want to use, you can tell the R from Excel. For example, how to import data from Excel table. Again, we'll do that. Here you can see that preparing data import requires updated version of RCPP package. Do you want to install the package? Press yes. Now, when you are done with this, you can see here a window will open which is showing you that browse the file, or you can take the network data from any website also. If data is on website, you can put the URL here. Otherwise, if you are on computer system, you can use browse. So I will go to my D drive for book2.xls data. I will press open here. Now you can see it is very much interactive because it will show you it contains column 1, column 2 and column 3 which I have given in front of you while typing, and these are the data set that you can see. Now here it is automatically generating this command. In the code preview you can see that library read excel book2 read excel package and d colon book2.slx, right here. So first row is names. Here there is an option again, either you want to take header or not. So it will show you first row as names. If your data contains first row as headers, you just check it out, otherwise leave it. And after that, when you have done each and everything properly, here it will show you the range from A1 to D10, the range of the data in that sheet. And here you can also select the sheet from which sheet you want to import data. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Generally, by default, sheet 1 is selected. So I have taken that. And now press import. Now, here all the things are added by R itself. That means library Excel, read Excel has been loaded automatically. And you can see view book to command was executed after the this read Excel command. So what is that view command? You can see, since I have increased font size here, the book to on the window above, I will reduce font size to here. You can see here view data. That means what was that command? View book to, and above that window we will find this. So above this console window, you will find view window where you can visualize the data. Here, data 1 is also there, which I have created in the previous console command. Data 2 is also there, which I have already created. And now book 2, which was imported using the import function, is also there. So you can see by view command, we can see the data in the console, above the console in a view window, right? So let's go to the next topic. I'm showing the process in the simple words. Import data using inbuilt menu options of RStudio. This is the simple one. So what was the need of telling you the commands? Because by using the commands, you can import the data as well as you can export the data. But from menu option, you can only import the data. You can't export data from R using menu. You have to provide command. So that's why it is necessary to learn all the commands. So import data using inbuilt menu options, you have seen that you have to click on import data set, and then after that you have to take whatever kind of data you want to import. It may be text file, it may be Excel file, SPSS file, ASS file, uh, S data file. The statistical file is also there. Then select the browse option from here because your data will be on your local computer. Then after checking appropriate options, just click on import, and then the data will be imported. Now, exporting data from R. Our next topic is exporting data from R. Yesterday, I have discussed about data frame, and I have created one data frame inside the console also. So either that data frame or any new data frame you have created and you want to save that data, because it takes a lot of time, it consumes a lot of time to enter data into the computer system. And if you want to save the data into a file, so there was an option to save in RDA file, that is data frame file, or another option is to export this data to either CSV file or any other file, SPSS file or TXT file or XLSX file. So we'll discuss one by one these files also, how to export into these formats. So first thing that we want to export data to a CSV file using write.csv function. How to do that? First, use write.csv, name of the data frame that you want to export, name of the file where you want to save. Remember that it uses dot for the decimal point and comma for the separator. CSV file dot is used for decimal point and comma is used for the separator file. So creating a data frame will create a data frame with these headings on our console. Heading will be name, then language R, Python, Java, and then age. There are three vectors that will create this data frame. Yesterday, we already discussed that. So let's start with this command onto our console. So this is our R console. Let's zoom it further so that everybody will be able to see what we are doing here. I will create one data frame. DF, that means a data frame of random data, data.frame. This is the function to create data frame. First row is of, sorry, first column is of name with vectors Amia, Raj, and Ashish. Language R, Python, and Java. And third one is age with 22, 25, and 45. Suppose this is the command to create a data frame with three values. I'm repeating because we already have one player.data frame that we will also use. First, we'll create the data frame with DF. You can see it is created the data frame. Now we can print the data frame with DF. Now you can see name, language, and age. That is number one is Amia, number two is Raj, and number three is Ashish. I have created three values into the data frame. Now, suppose I want to export this data frame into a CSV file. So, since we have already imported the library, we will use write CSV function from that library, and the format will be the name of the data dot the first one CSV name of the file data frame DF name of the data frame, then name of the file. I want to create a file onto D with data dot CSV. Now let's press enter. It has successfully created because no warnings were generated, and we'll go to our D drive and see whether this file has been created or not. So in my system on the D drive, it has created data.csv. Now I will open and show it to you. Here, this is my Excel file which I have opened for you all. This is the data.csv file that I have already opened. You can see that I'm increasing the font size that you will be able to see. Here, you can see to my D drive it data CSV. And create now other here and the output. I have created a file, and here it is the output of the screen. Now exporting our data to an Excel spreadsheet. Export data to Excel X format. That means Excel file. You have to use write XLS function. Write XLS. Now write Excel page. So what you have to do again? You have to provide one this write Excel. Then you have to use like write Excel and write underscore SL and the part that we have here. So let's go. start the library. Yes. Uh, install from all the packages can be downloaded and installed if they are available. Otherwise, R will search to other mirror sites and it will download the required package for your system. So it is downloaded all the required packages. You can see now. The command is write underscore SLSX. Let me type underscore. Now because I import package. So first use left and right access, then enter and underscore. Now name of my same data frame, the student. I will also use that layer dot data that yesterday I have created to each column here. Dot L S and use S dot where you can see no errors were generated. That had been successfully ported to X, right? So let's to deep dive check how it exports the data to Excel file. This was a common operated file, CSV file. Now this time I look at the data frame. Those who were not available in yesterday, I'm showing the player data containing this player name, age, that it will say. So I'm I might time normal Excel file. Here you can see header rows are there. ID name each carry from 10 to 60. Clear names that and in the main. So this is player.xlx file that we have made. Now, similarly, let's go to another file type. to example, I create exporting data onto P. You can also export the string contain the data research to SPS file, that is SA, write SAV function from Haven package. So you have to use Haven package. Again, if you are not install that package first, then use the command library Haven to load package. Then write AV. Use that function, name of the data and name of dot SA, so that it will export to dot. Here I have taken and used open and nested the file to E drive. You can so we create dot SAV file with our data also, player data. So let's go and create that. Already loaded library Haven, we can use write the SA. Here we have to use underscore SAV, the name of the data frame, player dot data, then comma, where you want to export that file onto D drive with player, and remember to put SAV at the end. Here, no error has been generated, so the data has been successfully saved. Those who are having SPSS installed, they can open and check that data frame into their SPSS software. Now, last thing to export, and that is how we export to a text file. A text file can be opened in each and every package. So let's check that also. Here, exporting data from our text file. We have to use write underscore TSV function. This write TSV function is inside the library REAR, reader. So we can save any data into a text file using write TSV separated values, and that file will be saved in the format of .txt. So let's do that on our console. Here we have installed packages read Then press enter. Now you have to write that file into file. And it into a file, text file. So this is the command, right? Here you can see there are so many options available to you. But that function CSV, tab separated value is not available. Again, the same. I haven't loaded the library. RFI-CARE. This time will show this score, and there is also lim function CSV. So we can use lim function to step that I have discussed, and write dot underscore CSV at separated value. Our data is dot data, and I want to save it to be drive player T I'll put and it has been fully executed because and we can read that file into notepad. So I'll show you. Take into the notepad. How it creates. Here you can see notepad. So in this window, again, all the data is in the form of text. It is layer.txt file, which is containing PID, name, and age data. In the form of hope this is clear to all. We'll come to another topic. This is all about importing and exporting data from R or to R. Now this is for you all that you already know. I hope so. Types of variables that you deal in statistics in your batch. Data types are of two types that deal with numerical and categorical. Numerical are also divided into interval ratio. Categorical can be divided into ordinal and non. Can anybody in message see some example of interval and ratio data? Anyone of you? If one kind of research on data, you must know what kind of data. So these are the data. If anybody can share the views, most welcome. Okay, let me. I think nobody uh, will the. Let me share types of what type of statistical test you use for any kind of test. First, what for collect data. There are possible different amounts of things, number of type quantitative variables to when we were discussing it measures and really divided you get small one. They are continuous. The continuous take 0.1.15.20 not discrete value. There is no gap. But uh, see, so it takes each and every value between groups. Discrete only integer value. So whole can't go to the point. This is not continuous. It is in the form of numbers. For example, digital clock shows you discrete values. Digital clock shows 0, then 1. The form of digit. But in another, you can see the continuous value change. The data has ratio variable and discrete variable known as integer variables. Now, we have statistical variables represent grouping of example, different tree species. But the variable you can the quantity. Variables which you can identify. Name of species. Name of the species. So theoretical variables include metric, example rankings, ranking from 1 to 5. Research, if you are taking data from the population, right, data scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, your satisfaction, all such type of rankings will be measured in ordinal data. Then in nominal, you represent group names, brand or species names, which brand you like, and you have given names of that categories. Then they will show you the favorite mall, for example, Fortune Mall. It may be of Treasure Mall. It may be C21 Mall. You can give the options, and this is your nominal data because names are attached to the values. Then binary, it is further subdivision which represent only yes or no, 1 or 0 in the data. So these are the examples of statistical data that we use in our statistical test. Depending on this type of data, we apply the test. So if you are having data types, then you want to modify the data types further. Then how we modify the data types in R? Yes, to convert a column from one data type to another, the corresponding as X command can be used. The syntax is as X, where X is the new data type, for example, as logical, as numeric, or as character. Suppose you don't know what kind of data you are dealing with, or you want to change the type of the rankings from ABCD to 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to change the data, then how to proceed with that? For example, if you have a friend data table and you want to change the column of that data table, friend ID, you want to change that data into character type, then what you have to do is FD $friend ID. That means from friend data table, select the column friend underscore ID and change it, reassign it as character of again friend data friend ID. The friend ID from friend data table. Convert it as character and again reassign it to the friend ID of friend data table. I hope you will be able to understand this command. Here, friend ID was the numeric data type which has been modified to character. So let's change some data type, create some data type and change them to some other things. So we'll go to our R console and do the operation. So let's create some data, or if we have already data, then let's check. Okay, that means the frame. So yesterday, know that we have DF dollar, then name. It will give you only the count and the of thing. Similarly, name of the column language. Suppose I have can print the column of which. I want to tell column of it will change. Now, so this is data type. I want to find the type of that age. Then this is a vector, and I want to find out if the of age. It is that it suppose I want to take the data into character variable. Means data is will be the you want it to perform operations like into that data is only just print. So I do that we will use command that will a or character. And again command to the again dot page. So you can R is converted all the from numeric type to character type. Again, we'll take DF and you can see the inverted commas are there. Previous output they were nothing but because they were numeric. This time the character so shows you that it has converted to text because when I out it is in the form of inverted commas. Excuse me. So how again I can convert it into numeric? Can anybody write into the message box how I am able to convert it into numeric? Anybody? Please. Type into the message window that how yes
So chat is not available.
chat is not available. Why?
I don't know, sir.
Let me put some message so that uh, okay messages are being recorded with the call again but chat unavailable. I don't know why. So if Ajay sir, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Why we won't be able to share the messages? Okay. What you can do, you can if you can type, you can share your screen if you are able to share your screen also, and you can also tell the command by looking at the command. If any of you, so that we can understand we are going and we are proceeding.
Sir, DF at the rate age is equal to S dot number
Very nice.
bracket DF at the rate age. So it's converted into a number.
DF and 4 okay. Equals to S dot. Then what option I should take? Here I must option. You can also take integer. Since briefly it was double, so I am taking double, and after that DF is here. Now all data has been converted to the numeric again. How we can find that it has been converted? We will print the data to console and it will without input. This is how we can modify the data. Previously, it was not correct. Suppose in Excel, it that you have data, the numbers, but it is being imported text. You will be able to convert it into the proper numeric format with these commands. So this was all about how we can modify the data. Any queries? Uh, yes, you can. Anybody who's having some doubt?
No, sir.
So today's session was about importing data from to and all such data to be saved in different forms. We have discussed about SPS data, then text file data, CSV data, and access that how to import from that data. We also learn by the commands. We also learn from the menu that of the import that while we learn with command, it also create command. We use import command over there from menu also. And so there is no command, so we must learn how to read data so that we will be able to write in the proper format. So data is very, we have entered a large amount of data to the R console, then how we can save it. Yesterday we learned about .rda file, data frame can be saved into RD file. Today we have learned about format and learned about use of data analysis that maybe all by all these things are discussed and make you can but uh, everyone so they because we will be dealing with this kind of case for the so be sure present it. Thank
Sir, can we have today's PDF file